If you're like me, you're enjoying the Mario Kart DLC, even though we are playing the same 10-year-old game. As much as I resent Nintendo for that, the DLC really brought new life to the game and allowed me to relive some of my favorite Mario Kart tracks that weren't included in the original game. However, there are definitely some awesome tracks that were not included in the DLC, so today I've made a theoretical final cut that includes some of the tracks that I would have loved to see in the DLC. First up, we need a symbol for this cup, and I think I have the perfect one. Nice. For the first track, I think a good pick is Toad's Factory. This classic track from the Mushroom Cup in Mario Kart Wii is phenomenal. The course starts with you entering the factory and gliding under these pistons which can crush you if you're not careful. Then you enter an outside port area where you dodge some boxes and enter the next area where you drift along this track and then go back outside to a massive ramp into a construction yard. You finish off the lap by driving through a muddy track and flying off a ramp as the music comes to a climax. The music is super catchy and fits the theme of the course perfectly, and the track itself is variable and fun to drive on. I think some of the sections would have benefited from an anti-gravity portion, and the end of the track is just begging for a glider ramp. Next up, I have Banshee Boardwalk. This track is slept on way too hard and super underrated. I first played this course in Mario Kart DS. If you have watched some of my other videos, you know that I've always had a love for creepy and horror vibes, especially in video games. After playing the original Nintendo 64 version, I fell in love with this course. The creepy vibe isn't really matched by any other course in the Mario Kart series. The course is mostly on a boardwalk except for my favorite part, the house. You get attacked by bats and then there's this weird graffiti stuff on the wall. There's even a giant Cheep Cheep that jumps out of the water at the beginning of the track. The song, I will admit, is kinda boring, but overall as a course, I believe it deserves a spot in this cup. For the third spot, I have DK Jungle Parkway. This course, originally from Mario Kart 64, has a unique charm that really makes me love it. Nintendo nailed the jungle atmosphere for this course, and it really feels like you're driving through Donkey Kong 64. You start off by cruising through a jungle pathway and then blast off a ramp over a river. There's more jungle shenanigans, and then you go over a bridge and into a cave. It's short and simple, but it's really well done. The Mario Kart Wii version was when I played this for the first time, and I remember it making me feel really cozy, and the added atmospheric sounds like the birds and monkeys screeching really ties everything together. Overall, a great course. For the final spot, I think it would be perfect to have Airship Fortress. This course blew my 7-year-old mind when I first played it. You start off driving straight into oncoming bullet bills and then making your way onto the ship where you have to dodge Monty Moles. Then you go inside the ship and dodge shifting boxes and fire bars, all to be thrown out of a cannon and into a spiral tower. It honestly surprised me that they didn't include this into the original DLC. The theme song for this course is burned into my mind, and the course itself is just absolutely amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what tracks you think should have been added in the comments. And subscribe!